Hi, I'm Nicole Belanta. I'm the Customer Advocacy Program Manager at Rockwell Automation, and we're here to talk about results achieved. I'm joined by Andrew and Michael to talk about some great results that they've achieved. Hey guys.
Hello.
I'll have you introduce yourselves. Let's start with you, Andrew.
I'm Andrew Calder with the region of Waterloo, Senior Project Engineer.
I'm Mike Rowinski. I'm with Brock Solutions. I'm a project manager and senior technical lead. We're a global engineering and professional services firm, handling turnkey solutions from the ground up, from your panel supply all the way up to SCADA, Historian MES solutions. We service many different customers in many different industries, including water, wastewater, airports, manufacturing, automotive, warehousing and distribution, ports. So we really do touch a lot of the markets that Rockwell deals with.
And I believe you have the water wastewater badge from Rockwell, right?
That's right. We're a gold level partner with Rockwell with that wastewater water badge. Yeah.
So the region of Waterloo is an upper tier municipality in southwestern Ontario. We're about an hour and 50 minutes west of Toronto. We're about 600,000 people across 3 cities and 5 rural municipalities. The region is responsible for a number of things, including provision of water, drinking water, and treatment of wastewater, which is where I'm involved primarily. We had to upgrade our PLCs. It was over 157 sites and over 200 panels we had to go into. It was across a fairly large geography as well.
A lot of the systems that the region controls are closed loop systems. There's no other redundant supplies available, so we're doing brownfield upgrades of an entire PLC system. That means completely eliminating the existing panel, putting a new panel in. So how do you do that with maintaining full supply of the water? So we leverage Rockwell products. We've developed a solution based off of our past experiences with other customers, being able to tie the system in onto a temporary system running a PLC, allowing us to be able to take our time, remove the existing equipment, install new panels, to make sure that system stays running the entire time and that the end result is what's needed. Secure, reliable drinking water for the customers. We started just before COVID. So we're talking manufacturing impacts in terms of supply chain, getting out to sites to do site investigations became difficult. We looked at alternatives in terms of what can we do to get our investigations done? How do we continue moving forward, knowing that if we delay by 1 month, by 2 months, it's gonna start trickling down and we're gonna be all of a sudden half a year, 2 years behind schedule, right? So through that time, we found strategies of, well, how do we get to site? We worked with the region in terms of pre-purchasing a lot of the Rockwell material, making sure that our supply chain that we required for all the panel builds were ready. So leveraging the standards and kind of predicting and doing pre-designs of the panels ahead of time, we were able to procure all the material ahead of time. And then from there, for the last 4 years, we've been commissioning almost a site a week.
It sounds like there's a lot more standardization across the different facilities. Does that change an operator's day-to-day?
In terms of day-to-day, they're still working off SCADA screens that Brock developed. What's changed is the fact that everything is being standardized on the same controllers. So if something comes up at one plant, they can know what's going to happen at the next plant when they see it again, which is resulting in less downtime, less chance of non-compliance with their water systems, and better service for our customers.
The real win here is the water supply. It's secure, safe, and reliable for customers.
So while we're talking about reducing risk, as you were rolling this project out, I think I heard you say you've done some of the testing offsite or within Brock's facilities before it was even implemented. Can you talk more about that?
So we will conduct integrated testing on a digital twin, for lack of a better term, and we end up hosting a FAT with the region where we'll run the system as if it's running on site with the full SCADA system. We'll have operator input in terms of, is this shutting down when it should? Is this running how it should? Are these set points making sense? To ensure that when we get to site, it's not, well, how is this supposed to run?
How does this set you up for success in the future?
Well, getting onto modern controllers that are at every single site really allows us to get a lot more information from each site. We can see better our energy usage, the amount of time that we're up, the amount of time down. We can better monitor the system as a whole to respond to when we have main breaks or if we have any other kind of emergency situations.
Michael, let's talk about security. Water is critical. We
right.
definitely don't want that to be hacked. How are you thinking about this as you're building a system? Getting the IT together with the OT, keeping it very secure.
The region's got an IT team, so we've been engaged in discussions with the team and trying to find that gap and understand where their kind of jurisdiction ends and where we have to make sure that what we deploy in terms of our networking with the static switches or the PLCs, how we handle local networks with drives and all of that to make sure that something happens on the IT layer, that the OT layer remains running at all times. So we were able to leverage that and develop an OT cybersecurity based focused standard for the region in order to help them make the decisions going forward on new facilities, what products to leverage and to deploy, how to make sure that the end solution is secure.
Wow, that's a lot. And I imagine it's really important to stay online to maintain your uptime.
And that's one of the great successes of this project is that for the standard citizen of the region of Waterloo, they wouldn't know this project even happened. That every day they turn on their taps and water comes out without any kind of disruption.
I love that. And built on your expertise with the industry, that is, I think, the most important thing about our partner network is we can't know it all, but you guys can. So it's really cool to see you use that knowledge to make a custom application.
It's been very good relationship so far, very successful. We're getting things done on time, under budget, with good results in terms of what we're seeing from operations and how happy they are with what we're achieving.
Well, thank you both for coming. It's really interesting to hear this story, and I'm excited to see how this project wraps up.